Alright boys, welcome back. So today we're going to break down how to build up your Julius to make sure he does the most damage as possible in PvP. But before we do that boys, if you are new and you do enjoy the content on the channel, then make sure to subscribe. Also, if you haven't, if you're watching it on the 26th, if I upload it on time, this is the code for today, so make sure to put that in. You're going to get yourself 100 stamina. Alright, so to quickly run down Julius' skills, if you don't know what the character does, I'll quickly explain it, and it kind of goes around how you should be giving a character or trying to give, because I know right now, especially on global, giving characters, especially the ones that aren't based off the red dungeon, are quite hard to get right now. So his first skill, which you can see right here, he's going to reduce the mobility or stamina by 5%, but if he does crit, he is going to increase his ally stamina by 5%. So it's quite important that this skill can crit. So once again, kind of teasing how you want to get a character a little bit. This skill is quite simple, just has a 30% chance to stop the time, which will disable tier 2 skills, but also increases his own speed, and the character does have a passive to where he does do more damage the more speed he has. So essentially just like a little damage buff basically. And of course, the ultimate stuns, also reduces stamina, and also if you do kill the person, you're going to get an extra turn. If you do get into 2-star awakening, he is going to unlock the passive where if he does die, he'll actually revive once per game, and he'll revive at around 45% HP. If you do get to max out to 100, he's going to revive with max 100% HP, and also for the stat change he does is obviously insane. He's going to be getting more speed, which is very important, but he's also going to get more crit rate, which is going to help him crit during obviously skill 1, and of course more magic attack, so it means more damage. So yeah, this is a character out anything you should be duping first if you haven't. Okay, so for right now, we kind of a substitute until you can get the best one. I'd say the best set is going to be obviously attack increase, the actual gold increase set to get more magic attack and obviously attack. The character does scale up off magic, of course, so when you are putting the main pieces on, you want to make sure that every single main piece is all magic attack. We have got the speed set increase on, and that is because that's just the type of playstyle I like. I love starting first. I like starting first. I like getting more speed. I don't like it when people outspeed me, so I'm gonna make sure that I do get the 2 speed pieces on, so we do get an extra 5% speed increase at the start of the battle. Even though I am bringing characters like Vatos and sometimes Finral, I still would rather have this on. Now, defense is the only one I think you can replace actually. If you don't plan to fully max him out or don't have a max out just yet, I'd probably go defense because the character might die too quick. But if he is max dupes or even 2-star dupes, him dying is kind of okay because he just revives back at max HP or 45% HP, so you don't mind him taking damage here. So I'd say the only one you don't need is definitely probably going to be this set right here. And the set I would then replace it with would be this set right here, where you do get 5% crit rate. So because I feel like I prioritize crit rate over crit damage, because while he's kind of got decent crit rate, he's not always doing it. And I want to make sure that every single time I use that single target skill, I do crit. So yeah, I'll replace the 3-piece with this one, and also replace the actual small square one with this set right here. The substats is something you really can't choose too much right now, but of course, when in the future we can start to pick and choose a little bit, then going for more crit rate and obviously magic attack is by far going to be the best thing here. You can see my rolls. This was actually pretty good here, but like a lot of them are really good because a lot of them have attack on, which we don't really want, of course, and not really much crit rate increase. You can see when you got 3% increase, so when you can, I'll go towards them. And accessories, I mean, you can kind of just put on what you can, but getting more crit rate is going to be obviously very, very good. All right, so jumping over towards JP because this is where I've done it. I've not done it yet on obviously global, but you want to make sure that you max out every single skill here. If you don't know what this does, you're going to look at basically the final piece here, which you should have probably done by now because it's part of the mage's path. You're able to apply a stone, and it's very important that you apply obviously these because you get more magic attack here, like this massive buff basically. And of course you can apply a speed buff as well, which is going to help them start first in PvP. But yeah, this is the first character even next to Noel, because you're going to use this character for a very, very long time. It's definitely worth the investment, and something that I'm still trying to do obviously on global, but you know, it's with the stamina problem right now, it's not the easiest thing to do. But these are the ones I'll give him. More magic attack and also as well, more crit rate increase. Yes, this one's by far probably the most important one here, rather than this one, because this is just doing more damage to the boss, which only applies towards PvE. And yeah, the crit matters towards him, so you definitely want this one. I saw a few comments, which is damage dealt and also crit damage, but like, critting is not guaranteed with Julius, and when you can go towards magic attack, which is probably a bit more important, if not the most important thing, and also more crit, it's just like an easy no-brainer. For me, I always go with defense because out of the will right here, that's probably the best one. And getting more defense and also crit resistance at the start of the wave is going to be very, very good as well against other Juliuses that are trying to crit you, so we take that one. And even if anything, this is probably what everyone should have in the game, so Yeah, it's by far probably the best thing. The Mage's Blessing is by far probably one of the most important talents to apply right now. Because his skill 2 is a 3-turn cooldown, reducing the cooldown by 1 is massive. And I've had some games, especially with his ultimate, where he can get extra turns. You can just keep on recycling that skill 2 and just do insane damage. And also just keep on lowering the stamina if you have a skill page. It's, yeah, a must-have. The next 2 you can go towards is damage resistance and also as well this. If you're planning to use Noel and you have a revive already, then getting damage resistance doesn't really matter too much. Maybe this one because you get more accuracy and penetration. It might be the go-to one here, so this is probably what I'll do. So yeah, these are the 6 talents that I'll be buffing up, of course. And of course, trying to unlock every single one anyway, because obviously we want to unlock the actual, carved stone slot. Alright, so skill leveled up and also skill pages. Skill pages, boys, there aren't really any substitutes. Noelle, for example, since her skill page herself wasn't that great, you actually didn't need it. However, Julius, it's going to drastically buff up his skill 2 effect to where you're actually going to reduce the stamina all the way down on the character you target on the AoE skill. It is literally... like, you have to have it. There's just no if, what's about it, right? However, the skill page that way it actually does apply is going to be an actual attack increase by 10%, which, to be fair, can be replaced here with, obviously, the free-to-play one that we did get, which is this one up right here, which is the exact same effect, assuming you don't dupe it out, of course. But like I said, you are losing that tier 2 effect, so I really do recommend just keep summoning for that skill page because... you actually want to get it. Plus, right now, there's nothing really to summon for, or even to save for, because the next 3 seasons are all kind of mid, if anything, I've been honest with you lot. So yeah, go crazy on this juice banner and try and get skill page because you definitely want it. If I didn't have it, what would I use? Probably this one, honestly. Maybe, I'm not too sure. I think getting more crit rate is actually, once again, just good, but I don't know if it outweighs the actual attack rate stats by 10% that you could get from Farnar as well. And assumingly if you're using the well, then yeah, you have to have 2 of these skill effects. So I'd probably put this onto Noelle if you're using Noelle on the Julius team, and then actually go toward the crit damage one on Julius. Like I said, there isn't really a substitute for a skill page because you really want to get that tier 2 buff skill to actually apply here, so you have to get this one. When it comes to leveling up skills, I am trying to prioritize the AoE because that's doing big damage for me right now, but I am also prioritizing the special skill as well because you actually want this to do damage and you want it to kill, of course. So reducing the mobility or the stamina is going to be massive to get towards level 4. Also, like I said already, it does grant an extra turn if you do kill someone, so having as much damage as possible on this skill is going to be very, very important. Upgrading the ultimate is the only skill that you can actually increase. For example, you get the reduced mobility, where the others just do increase damage. So I will say they are a lot less on the priority, but generally you want to max up all out anyway because this is a character you're going to use for a very long time. So max them out is just going to be the better thing to do. Alright, so when it comes to setting up teams for Julius, what do you do? Well, honestly, you can just put him into any team. Because the guy is so, like, universal, you don't really need a set team for him to be OP, but there are some broken ones. The first big one that you're going to notice is, and it's very, very tanky, is going to be the mono blue team. Now, I don't have Mars, so I can't showcase him in this slot right here, but imagine Seke was Mars. The full mono blue team with obviously Charmy's healing, and Julius is debuffing, stamina increase as well. Lotus actually lowering stamina, lowering their speed, Mars is starting tankiness. This is going to be such a broken team, so this will be probably one of the best teams right now. Honestly, anything with these two is also another really good team. For me, I am using, obviously, this team right here, just because I don't have Mars. I think if I had Mars, I'd probably use Mars as a Yami. But also, as well, I love bringing in Vatos, because Vatos can increase magic attack, which is going to benefit both, obviously, Noelle and Julius. Also increase mobility as well, so they can attack more too. But you can bring in, obviously, Finral, who will actually increase your critical rate and also speed as well, which is going to be, obviously, very good at these two as well. Honestly, when it comes to a PvP, I can't go into PvP without any sort of like speed buffer. I'm either bringing Finral or obviously bringing Vatos. So this is what I'm actually using right now in PvP and kind of what I recommend you lot using, because Vatos can just literally rank you up so far in PvP because no one really counts for speed. Unless you find another Vatos on defense, then, well, I wouldn't go up against it. You can see a team like this, for example, I can absolutely just annihilate because we start first here with Vatos, and we can just easily chip down Noelle. And, yeah, he's got no real speed counter, so I don't really bother going against it. Unless they got crazy, like, you know, maxed out Julius, who can revive 100% HP, then I might think twice about going into this one, or obviously maxed out Noelle. But you can kind of choose your battles because you can always just refresh. But, yeah, if I could, I would use this team right now as well with, like, the... you know, Mars on the left as well, because it's quite a tanky team and it's quite insane. However, the problem is, since they all, I believe, rely on magic attack, I think it is, so it's very hard to build 4 magic sets, or at least 3 with like a speed set as well. It's yeah, insane to actually work on, considering right now I only have 1 speed set and I got to share it between Noelle and Julius. It's yeah, a lot to invest into right now. So yeah, boys, that is going to wrap up today's video. Hope it did help, and you now can build up Julius to where he does as much damage as possible. So boys, thank you for watching today's video, and yeah, peace.